hear me? Yes, no? Hello, I'm Jody Thompson. I'm the candidate for the Jackson County Board of Commissioners representing District 2, which is now the quiet mic. Is this better?
That's better.
Okay. I'll, losing time. Okay, I was born and raised in Commerce, Georgia. Been here all my life. I grew up on Woodbridge Road, right in the heart of District 2. Along with my beautiful wife, Brandy, and my two wonderful children, Natalie and Aubrey, I've been a part of this community my entire life. For the first 15 years of my career, I was a business manager with multi-million-dollar companies like Hoover, Maytag, and Seiko. 8 years ago, the public outcry for change in our county was so great that I thought it was time for me to get involved. I threw my name in the hat for the county commissioner, and I won. It was a tough race, but the people chose me. For those 4 years, I helped steer this county through a very difficult time and guided the county into the best financial condition it had ever been. I'm proud to say in those 4 years, the industrial roads were completed and thousands of jobs were brought to Jackson County. My progress didn't stop there, though. I tried to bring the best for my district in Commerce and Maysville. I was able to get the intersection in front of Quality Foods fixed, which has been a dangerous spot for many years. I was able to get the Apple Valley intersection fixed, which also was a dangerous spot. Since then, I've continued my passion for serving the public, and I've become a police officer with Athens-Clarke County Police Department. As a police officer, I've been recognized for my efforts with awards as Employee of the Quarter and the Lifesaver Award. I've gained enormous experience as a police officer in Athens, and I plan on giving that experience to the public safety community when I get elected. As your commissioner, I plan on getting the financial house back in order and cutting back and hopefully ending the furloughs. I pledge to find a solution to the water problem at Dry Pond and Pleasant Acres and to work hand in hand with Humane Society to get the animal shelter built. I plan on utilizing our rich heritage in farming and begin an initiative to promote agritourism in our county. Most of all, I pledge to earn back the trust of the people. I'm Jody Thompson, and I ask for your vote. I've always been part of the business community in Jackson County. I've worked in the outlet malls. I worked as a business owner, owned a restaurant, had a little vacuum repair shop. My heart is in that. I've always tried to build that as a community when I was a commissioner before, and I've always shop local now. I want to touch on something Guy said with the bidding. That is something we need to make sure is done correctly from here on out to make sure that our businesses are getting a fair shake. I believe everybody should be e-verified, make sure they got legal immigrants, make sure that everybody's given the same policy, same treatment across the board. I think there's been a little bit of a slippery slope on that in its own fashion. One of the things I really want to see is the agritourism built up in Jackson County. I want people to come here and show cattle, have farm shows, give us a place for our farmers to sell their goods. It's a rich business that we've really not taken that much advantage of over the years. I think it's time for us to look to our heritage and build it from there. That's a very good question. As you know, Jackson County is unique in many ways. We have 9 municipalities, 3 school systems, more water and sewer systems I can even count, and it seems like everybody's in a different world sometimes. One of the things I've been wanting to do for years is start combining our services where we can share our resources. Right now we're cutting back on, everybody's cutting back. Why do we have to cut back when we can start combining and utilizing the talents and the strengths that we have within our governments? We actually have a pretty good relationship with our cities, and you can see that through the progress we've made. One of the things I tried to focus on before was to make road improvements inside the cities, intersections, dangerous spots, fix roads, dirt roads, whatever we could do to improve their infrastructure so they can grow within our county. Well, the finances of Jackson County is not, I think, what it should be. We can blame it on the economy, we can blame it on leadership. It doesn't matter where we lay the blame at. The fact is, it needs work, okay? When elected, I'm going to get in there and do like we did 8 years ago, come to the meetings, attend the meetings, be a leader, make the decisions that we need to make. The second thing that we're going to be faced with is getting ready for the next growth spurt. Because just because we're in a lull now doesn't mean we're not going to be coming back. Jackson County is prime real estate. The efforts that we put into this government years ago is going to benefit us later. This is commercial, industrial, and eventually residential is going to come back too. We've got to be ready for that. That's why we can't forget the resources we already have. Right now we're furloughing, we're throwing employees to the wind. We got to remember this is our backbone. These are the people who see the citizens every day. The commissioners, we might see you once or twice in a meeting, and if you want to call, we can talk, we can email back and forth, but it's our citizens who see our staff. And if our staff isn't there and they're not in a good morale setting, it's not going to happen. It's going to start to plummet. The third issue, there's three issues. I want to say leadership. Leadership has got to be the most essential part. Right now, we're in a deep spot, a dark place in the county where the finances, the growth, everything's down. We need some people to step up and say, we can fix this. Let's get behind the leaders and do it. We got to come to the meetings. We got to be a part of the community. We can't just sit around and wait for someone else to fix it. The leaders have got to step up. Unlike most counties, Jackson County is poised to take advantage of the coming commercial and industrial growth. We are actually in a very good position. The problem is that growth isn't here yet. So I believe for now, we have to maintain, we have to separate our wants and our needs and get our desires straight, okay? It isn't about, we need this, we have to have this. It's if we don't need it, we don't do it. What we can save now will benefit us later. It is about the leadership, taking control of the finances, getting the financial house back in order. We need the leadership to be there to take control of it, okay? The spending, it's still going to be there, okay? We're going to spend on services to provide to the citizens, but the services have got to be there. The furloughs are taking some of that time away. I think we could probably go to a 38-hour work week and keep the offices open 5 days a week. We got to think out of the box. We got to do something more creative. The way we've been doing it isn't working. While ending furloughs would be the absolute end thing we want to get to, I think if we can start getting creative on how we manage the furloughs, we can at least for a little while bring the morale back up in our staff. If our people aren't happy, their work productivity is going to continue to drive down. I think we should look at the 38-hour work weeks to keep the offices open. Because I personally believe as a taxpayer, I pay for those services, I should get those services. I haven't stopped paying, but my services have declined. And it's easy to sit up here and criticize and say it's because we're spending out of control. Well, we are in some places, but in the things we need to spend on, I'm not sure if we're managing that correctly. I think we need to turn to our workers and ask them what the best solution would be, because they've been doing it longer. They know what happens out there. I also believe in cross-training so we can use some of the institutional knowledge we already have to benefit in other departments. Now, I also wrote something, but I'm not going to even read it. The reason I'm not is because many years ago I did this before, and I've done it a couple times before that, and sometimes I was really good at it, sometimes I was really not. But this has got to be the largest crowd I've ever seen. This stirs your heart, stirs your emotions when you see all these people out here who are really interested in what's going on in their community. And I think everybody should look around and see who's sitting next to you, because this might not ever happen again. We haven't seen this kind of dedication in a while. Folks, I'm going to be dedicated to you. As you probably already know, I'm a fighter. I will fight for everything I can for you. I won't sleep until I get the answers you want. I'll call you back. I'll email you back. I'll come see you. Most of all, I'll be there for you. I've done it in the past. I'll do it again. I'm even more charged now. My brain is just filled with some ideas to help this county out, and I'm just waiting and chomping at the bit to get there. But we need you to continue this kind of support. Thank you very much.